Good morning, everybody. Christy Bowen here and
Julie Dunlap.
from Living Local.
And we have
Bill Wood.
our friend Bill Wood with
Bill
us.
Wood.
Yeah.
That was so short. That's it? No. Bill Wood is our knowledge today. So the 24th annual Downtown Christmas Parade right down here in Lawrence, Kansas. We're so excited to
So
be here.
excited. And we're glad that you're here too, joining in from wherever you are to see all the fun horses. Oh my gosh, and we're getting started right now.
So
Cannot wait to
see. We can't wait to see them all.
It'll be a great day.
Yep.
Let's see, you can kind of see them rounding up. They're all anxiously waiting. Look at them all.
Yep. So originally, this parade was named the Eldridge Hotel Old Fashioned Christmas Parade, and the event was the dream of Robert W. Phillips, a local businessman and general manager of the newly renovated Eldridge Hotel. Do you remember what year it started?
1993.
Other great things that happened in 1993?
I graduated that year and became an adult. Not really, I guess.
I decided on a major and started my senior year of college. Bill, do you remember
Bill?
1993?
93, I would have been in Doniphan County,
Wow.
Doniphan County.
working as a county extension agent.
Nice,
Troy.
nice. That's
Dreaming
where you
of the
get all
day.
this knowledge.
Yeah, dreaming of the day you'd someday be at
Right,
this table
someday
with
I'll be
us.
at the-
Sit.
That's right.
Doing
And
the,
be following along with us. Yes, look at them. They're so, I can't wait to see all of the amazing carriages and horses. That's what makes this parade so great, because there's actually no vehicles. It's all horses, all carriages, and it's that tradition aspect of the parade, which is
It
so
is.
cool.
I also love how the tradition started with the Eldridge Hotel, with the hotel being such a significant part of Lawrence history. It just makes sense that it would usher in this next quarter century of
Right.
fun for the whole city.
Burned down twice and rose from the ashes
Right.
twice.
Yes.
Rose
Kind of
the
cool.
ashes
That
twice.
is.
Right?
This is probably the best time that horses have ever had running down Massachusetts Street, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
No running allowed.
Right,
Hope they're
right.
listening to us. Oh, they look amazing. So of course we're starting with the flags, getting it going.
And the sheriff's posse,
There they are.
and they are off.
Look at the bows and the decorated manes.
Do you think the horses get to pick out their own decorations, or do you think someone else does that
I
for
think
them?
they have no say. Look at their little tail bows.
yes, they decorate.
Hello, they're waving. Oh, it looks so pretty. What a gorgeous day, too. Perfect, perfect weather. Okay, so we're going to start with Don Simmelink from Jewel, Kansas. Dale and Ron's Auto Service is sponsoring them today.
They are truly an icon of the Western spirit. Don has been a part of this parade for 20 years. In his 80s, he's still farming and running a herd of cattle with his formerly Western wild Mustangs. He and his wagon are often seen moving cattle from one pasture to another or hauling hay.
These are the Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, the buffalo shoulders.
Yes,
No bows on their horses.
from
No.
Nicholas, Kansas.
Buffalo soldiers are awesome.
They,
Look great.
there's 4 of those guys are brothers, and then a nephew, and then a couple more.
Where'd you say they were from?
From Nicodemus, Kansas.
Nicodemus.
It's a little black community out by Hill City, north of Hayes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the trotting of all the hooves. It sounds so pretty.
And they're singing. It's just magnificent to hear.
Oh, look at his stocking hat. He's in
Right.
the spirit. All right, so next we have
Macy Jorgensen from Prairie Sky
There
Clydesdales
you
from
go.
Tecumseh, Nebraska. They're
This is my
sponsored by
favorite
Lynn
horse.
Electric and the Chamber of Lawrence, Kansas.
Look at those
And
slides.
they are from Nebraska, Tecumseh, Nebraska. Cody and Tex love coming to Lawrence, pulling this wagon all decked out for the Christmas holiday. Brent, Marcy, and friends are just along for the ride. Both of these Clydesdales are born in North Dakota on the same farm just a few days apart in May of 1996, and they've spent their whole lives together, literally done everything
That is so
together.
cute.
From parades to weddings, from showing to plowing, and lots of wagon rides. This year you might have seen them on Good Morning America. They're famous. They were the team that brought World War veteran to rest in his hometown of Grand Island, Nebraska. How amazing. They're so pretty. And they are Cody and Tex, and Brent and Marcy were riding along.
This is the color guard, I believe.
The full color guard.
Great. Look at there. What do you call the fancy pants that they wear over their
Those
jeans?
are chaps.
There we go.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
couldn't remember.
Protects their legs
They're
from
beautiful.
brush.
Yes. Oh, they look amazing.
Are those chaps significant to just that color guard, or is that what any color guard you'd find would wear?
I would guess they make them to match for their own color guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Each chap.
Each group would have
So
their
they have
own.
to
Yeah.
vote on the fashion statement they're going to make.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so coming up next, look how pretty. Oh,
There's
these
some-
horses are gorgeous. Look at their hooves.
These are our outriders here.
Oh, right there, okay.
That is David Sanner and Glenn Heine from Belleville, Kansas.
Look at their hooves, Julie. Can you see them?
Oh,
my gosh,
they got
they're
their toes
painted.
done. They have their
Their
toes
are
manicured.
painted. Okay, so this is Das Auto House. They're sponsored by Das Auto House and Scuba Shop. It's Lawrence Adams. Back for the second year, this high wheel show wagon was custom built by Werner Wagon Works. Holding the lines on a 6-horse team is a huge challenge, but they are doing it well and beautifully.
That's right. Next up, we have Daniel Enlow and the Jackson County, Missouri Sheriff's Mounted Posse from Greenwood, Missouri. They're sponsored by the Leininger family and the Eldridge. The Jackson County Sheriff's Mounted Posse was organized in 1947 and chartered by the state of Missouri in June of '49. The members consist of volunteers serving the citizens of Jackson County, Missouri at the pleasure of the Jackson County Sheriff.
Okay. There they go. Here comes
Yep.
another gorgeous. Okay, so we have Crumpton Andrew, sponsored by Orchland Farm and Home and Scotch Industries. They are from Adrian, Missouri. Please welcome 3 generations of Crumptons. Patriarch Larry is a veteran of this parade, and son Rusty is holding those lines on a high wheel show wagon. Grandson Andrew is also assisting, and it's obvious that they all love those mules. So it's Larry, Rusty, and Andrew, and they've got a couple little cute ladies in the back.
Yes.
Beautiful wagon. Look at how sharp that is.
That is gorgeous. And then we've seen several riders go by.
They're called outriders because they ride on the outside and
Outriders.
keep the kids from running in and getting by the horses. Or
Okay, so they have an important job.
They protect everybody then, the participants and the kids out on the street.
And if a team got away, the outrider would ride up beside them and slow them down.
So do they have like lassos with them and
They might.
others together? Up next we have Harold Jansen from Flat Rock Ranch in Bucyrus, Kansas. They're sponsored by Elston Auction Company.
They are gorgeous.
Aren't they
Look
great?
at those.
Team Daisy and Crowder pulling
The
Jansen family and
Mike
friends in an early 1900s heavyweight freight wagon. This is the 16th year for this family, and we want to thank the City of Lawrence. They want to thank the City of Lawrence and everyone who's helped with this wonderful event to celebrate the season. We wish you all a Merry Christmas from Harold Jansen and his
That's our
family.
mayor,
Oh,
Mike Amix.
the Belgian horses. They
They're-
were raised on an out farm.
That
Wow.
was number 45.
There's so much information about all these horses. Oh, and look at these
Here's
gorgeous.
a pair of Frisians.
Holy cow, those are beautiful. They look gorgeous with that white carriage. This is Harold Jansen from Flat Rock Ranch 2, Bucyrus, Kansas. They're sponsored by Minuteman Press, P1 Group. This is Flat Rock Ranch number 2. It's a, how do we say that again?
Vis-a-vis.
Vis-a-vis.
Which is from French. It's a
That's
French name
sexy
for.
way of calling it.
These are beautiful
They are
horses.
gorgeous. Pulled by the fabulous Royal Crest Frisians and driven by Leah Huber, they are leading the Kansas City Carriage Club group, who is also supporting this great old-fashioned Christmas parade. Leah Huber and 4 generations are in that carriage. That is gorgeous.
Great.
Look how pretty. Oh, and that horse following.
They look
he
so
has his
cozy
own
up on
Santa
in the back.
blanket.
All right, up next we have Judy Adams from Lenexa, Kansas. She is she's sponsored by the Shawnee County Mounted Posse and Dennis and Linda Trotter. She is part of the Kansas City Carriage Club. This fray cart is very versatile for a variety of jobs and pleasure. Pulled by Matilda Rose, or Tilly as they called her, who also competes in dressage and loves to go out for a drive with either Judy or granddaughter Jordan at the lines. Judy and Jordan are on the court.
Okay, so I get so excited because I see these cute little things. There we have Jan Olerts, and she's part of the Kansas City Carriage Club, that teeny little mini horse. Jan and her horse are too cool to have been part of this parade for more than 10 years. How cute is that?
It looked like a Shetland to me. Pulling
Shetland?
That.
Coming up next here we have Austin Needham from the Olathe Trading Post in Lewisburg, Kansas. He's sponsored by the Lawrence Chamber of Commerce and BA Green Construction. This is a 2-seater road cart. It's quick to hitch and provides easy transportation to get someone somewhere in a hurry, like to downtown Lawrence. Inside they have Austin Needham and
What's
Frederick
that one?
Needham, and the horse is a Halfinger named Candace.
Look how gorgeous. She
Here's-
looks cozy back there.
That
They're all
looks like
covered
a
up in
fun
pretty
way to
blankies.
do Massachusetts, I have to say.
They're gorgeous.
96.
Yep. So pretty. Okay, so here we have Connie Werner from Werner Wagon Works. She's sponsored by Dunn's Landing and Hedges Insurance. And in this, if this covered wagon looks familiar, it is. It's been in every parade since the very beginning. The wagon was
I
built
thought you were
by
going to say
Werner.
Little House on the Prairie.
It was built by Werner Wagon Works, and Connie Werner has been the driving force in the parade since the very beginning at the lines in Doyle. The mules' names are Isabel and Eddie. How pretty. And they're Percheron.
Yes.
I'm trying to say that correctly. Cross mules. They're working Percherons. They are working hard pulling these
They
wagons.
are. What?
Yeah.
That is just such a
There she is.
striking
She's
tribute to the
waving.
people who settled here, traveled all the way across our country in a wagon
Can
just
you
like
imagine?
that. No.
No iPads, no phones.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, you were in there
Padded
for the long
seats.
haul.
Twizzlers.
Oh,
Coming
look.
up next, we have the Harley Brewers High Plains Pesofino Horse Association, sponsored by Scott Temperature. They're from Wellsville, Kansas.
They're coming in the
There
rear.
they are, yep. The High Plains Pesofino Association has members in Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Nebraska. These are gaited horses which are very smooth to ride and used for trail and endurance riding, as well as for pleasure and show. On horseback, we have the Harley Brewers, Sherilyn Cromer, Amy Kenowith, and some others.
Yep, there they go, trotting along. All the little kids are having a ball with this, seeing all these horses. So
It's
fun
nice,
for them.
nice to hear the horse can be a smooth ride.
Yes. Okay, so here we have Michael Downing from Cheney, Kansas. Landmark National Bank and Willis are their sponsors. This is a custom-made Surrey and driven by Michael, Julia, and Kevin Downey. They're all bundled up in there. Stormy Spirit Pinto is that horse. So pretty. The details
Surrey
on
with
these.
the tinsel on top, just like the song in Harry Met
With the
Sally.
tinsel on top.
Kind of.
Here comes Peanuts in the next
Aw,
wagon.
Yeah. Look, it's a little Peanuts Christmas tree. I make my kids watch those old-fashioned Christmas movies every year.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, Frosty for sure.
Really?
I love Frosty the
Frosty
Snowman.
is good. I was so sad when he
So
melted.
see that cute little Peanuts? That's Charlie Brown's Christmas tree, right?
Number 65, that is Mo Trail from Paola, Kansas, sponsored by Eileen's Colossal Cookies and Hetrick Air Services. This is an Amish buckboard built by Werner Wagon Works, and it's bringing you a Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, look at the bag. There goes Snoopy.
Mo Trail is Charlie Brown, and Atticus Sandy is Linus. It's a paint mare.
Do you think some kids are saying, what's that white dog's name?
That makes
Isn't
me
that
so
sad?
sad. Okay, I made our kids and my husband suffer through Emmett Otter's big jug band Christmas one year.
Yeah, see?
That was
You
our
have
favorite
to.
growing up. Yep.
Okay, next we have Lee and Kirsten Wigman. I'm sorry if I messed your name up. Oh my gosh, they're so pretty. From Marceline, Missouri. They're sponsored by Black Hills Energy, a wooden wheel modern wagon. Modern. I didn't know wagons could be modern. They have made this parade a family tradition. Blake is here for her 4th year and Reese for his 2nd. And it's Ivan and Drago. They're 5-year-old Belgians that are pulling that one. I love all the horse
And
names
this
too.
is Steve and June Cummings, sponsored Bob Saucering from Outback Ranch in Burlington, Kansas. This runabout is being pulled by Gus, the talking mule. He was quite a conversationalist. He's quite vocal and earned his nickname his first year here. He was the only mule in his barn, and they aren't sure if he was trying to make new horse friends or waiting for a pat from anyone who walked by, but apparently he was quite the talker.
And the wheels are all tinseled up.
Love Gus.
Beautiful.
Love those
These
wheels.
ladies.
So next we have Sarah Lee Guerin, Victorian Ladies Club. They're sponsored by Washington Creek Lavender and Jack and Kathy Wilson. These ladies are in costumes similar to those worn in the late 1890s. The ladies live close to Lawrence with a couple coming from Frankfort, Kansas. Some of the ladies have been riding in this parade for 15 years.
That is amazing.
They look gorgeous, and all their cloaks, they
That
have to
would
be
be
worn.
so fun.
And
That'd be-
some of the tails are braided. How pretty. They wake up, braid the tails.
Yeah. and head to the
off
parade.
their merry way.
Next up, we have Ted Massajuski from Alma, Kansas, and I do hope I said that right, Ted. He's sponsored by Tractor Supply Company and Crown Toyota. This black and red Surrey is perfect for a leisurely afternoon drive. Holding those lines is Ted, who served in the Army for 27 years. Thank you, Ted, for serving in the Army for 27 years.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you.
And I also appreciate on the card I'm reading, it says, does anyone know how to pronounce his last name? I'm going to guess Ted does, and he is with Amy in the front there of the Surrey. It's being pulled by Pete, a 23-year-old Percheron.
Wow. Look, they have the whole road to themselves.
That is really
That's a
beautiful.
nice looking horse.
What
It
a
looks
peaceful
like
ride.
Sometimes they look like they're dancing. They're trotting so pretty. Okay, so here we have Sue Maurer, Tonganoxie Carriages, Aquila Paint Horse Ranch and Johnny's Door Tavern are sponsoring them. Pretty purple and blue Christmas decor. This is a reproduction of an 1800s wagon known as a wagonette. This fun rig is pulled by our newest team, 2 paint gildings. Nope, that's not right.
That's not right there. Well,
A beautiful horse with a braided tail.
Yes.
That's what I say. And beautiful.
and feathers
tinsel.
on its legs.
And feathers. This is Sue and Leroy and Rusty riding along in that gorgeous wagon.
Okay, this is about the most precious thing I think I've seen so far. Liz Rombach from Lawrence, Kansas, sponsored by Central Bank of the Midwest. Dazzling Diversity is a 32-inch American miniature horse accompanied by Bob Rombach riding a Kentucky Mountain saddle horse named Lacey. And that is absolutely precious.
Look at her hooves.
Those
Yes.
little hooves are so cute.
She got fringe on and snowflakes on the wheels. Oh, look at
And
her.
Girlfriend is
Trot, trot.
strong. She is so tiny and can still pull her own cart.
Yes.
That is adorable. So pretty. Okay, so next we have Jeanette Michaels from Douglas County Road Riders. They're sponsored by Rodemaker Financial. Gary Markle and Jeanette Michaels are driving their 9-year-old Haflinger Billy in their trail buggy. So why do they call that a buggy, Bill, compared to a wagon? Do you know?
Well, it's got, I don't know if the rubber tires on it might.
Uh-huh. Not wooden? That would be more modern then, right? As
It would
I was
be.
saying.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is modern.
Yes, Belinda Schumann is riding her Foxtrotter mare Diamond, and Jane Ghetto is riding her Pesafino gelding Topper. These 3 women can be seen often riding on the roads in Douglas County. Gorgeous hats, again in their long cloaks, and bundled up in the back of the buggy, in their trail buggy.
That is such a cute buggy. Next up, we have Terry Newell with Crossroads Cowboy Church from Perry, Kansas. Sponsored by Mark Anderson and Invista, the Crossroad Riders are all ages from Crossroads Cowboy Church. They ride for the glory of Jesus Christ, the reason for the season. Riding probably some of God's most majestic
And
animals.
if you can't hear them,
Yes.
they're all yelling Merry Christmas. Everybody's in such a happy Christmas cheer mode. I love it.
Okay, look
the
at
holidays
the-
bring out.
Let's see if they show it. The spotted horse with the completely
Oh,
braided down
yeah.
tail.
They are gorgeous. I wonder just truly how excited these riders are. They wake up in the morning, get their horses all decked out. It's exciting,
Do
isn't
you
it?
know how long do they spend getting their horses ready for this? Was this a
Well,
They
it,
don't
wash
get
them
the
down
flat
and brush
irons
them
out,
and-
no
yeah.
curling irons, or anything. They're just brushing and.
it's probably 45 minutes. Some of them would be
Yeah.
spinning, braiding the tails and all that.
Well, they absolutely are gorgeous.
Okay, so we have Jim Thomas from Kansas Horse Council from Linden, Kansas. They're sponsored by Lawrence Landscape, decorated white. Vis-a-vis carriage, vis-a-vis, again, there's that beautiful word.
Yes,
Pulled
it
by
is.
the Palomino gelding with Kansas Horse Council banner attached to the back, as you can see. Outriders will be Kansas Horse Council members that are riding along beside them, as you mentioned. And it's Buzz Saddlebred, Foxtrotter Cross. His name must be Buzz, the horse.
I'll bet it is.
Buzz.
Yes.
See, I would just love to know where they come up with the names for their horses. Something had to happen, right?
Yeah, you'd think so. All right, up next we have Richard Reese from Harrisonville, Missouri. He's sponsored by Cotton's Hardware and Rental. This is a high wheel show pulled by Haflingers Carmen and Courtney. He's been in the parade for 20 years, and with him today are his daughter-in-law, Rebecca Reese, and granddaughters, Julia and Katie Reese, all bundled up in the back. Looks like a little mini fire wagon.
It does.
Fire wagon.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Oh, here comes another cute little pony.
How adorable.
I did not see the little one in the back of that. That's so cute. Just
Oh,
suddenly
yeah.
popped up.
There's people peeking
Yep.
out the back. Okay, so this is Ashley Colt, Friends on the Trail from Barrington, Kansas. Another sweet little booger. Look at him. And that tiny
That is so cute.
little mini wagon. I don't
And look
know.
at little guy in the back
Cart.
of the horse
Cart?
with his helmet
Is that what
on.
they
Cart.
call that? Little horse cart.
Mini
This is a
girl.
group of friends and family that like to trail ride together and camp together. They say Merry Christmas and Happy Trails.
Some of them are riding mules.
Yes, look at the little guy on the back. There he is. Look. Oh, I
So
think
cute.
it's a girl.
I think so too. The little
She's
bow on the back of the
precious.
helmet, because girls got to accessorize.
Oh, she is precious. Look at him go. So sweet. Can we say again how great the weather is?
Oh, we're so lucky.
I mean,
Coming up
snow-
next, we
snow
have
would be gorgeous, but I mean, it's beautiful.
snow's more fun from the inside of my
Yeah.
house, I think, in a parking lot. Next, we have Melinda Wells from Red Barn Stables in Lawrence, Kansas, sponsored by Salb Homes LLC. This is a group of friends who enjoy spending time together in the saddle. They have leader Melinda Wells riding Hannah. Shelby Miller is on Marvin. Lori Chapman is on Da Vinci. Serena Amon on Burke. Audrey Miller on Sunny Boots. And Nicole on General, along with other friends.
And there's the little one on the back.
Yeah. Look at her long Santa hat.
Yes.
That's a long,
Where-
gorgeous hat.
Oh, that's so fun.
Those
we
horses
go.
are beautiful. Bows in
Comes
the
some more
manes,
mules.
Get the
snowflakes,
snowflakes
on
on the
their rears.
booty.
They look gorgeous. So pretty. Okay, so here we have Bob Winchell from Van Meter, Iowa. People come from outside of Kansas just for this parade. That says a lot for our old-fashioned parade.
Mm-hmm.
So they are sponsored by Five Guys Burger and Fries. Bob's family has lived in Lawrence since 1856. Guess they didn't come very far. They're just originally from Iowa. That must mean. Right? Because
Oh.
they're in Lawrence. Okay, so they've been here though since before Quantrill's raid. And if you know anything about our history here in Lawrence, you know that's such a big part of our history here. And I love to hear the stories of it. He's traveled from Iowa all but 3 years for this parade. Well, wait, he's traveled from Iowa.
Maybe
Bringing.
his family was here, but Bob lives in.
Oh, his family. Okay, see, I'm not paying attention to the details. Okay, bringing his farm wagon and his mules.
That's because you're so taken by the beauty of the horses.
Yes.
I can't stop looking at everybody. So this is Bob Winchell and his family all packed in the back. Look at them all. Little cuties.
Let's take a minute and just thank our sponsors for the Christmas parade: City of Lawrence, Minutemen Press, Kennedy Glass, Willis, Menards, Werner Wagon Works, the Eldridge, Design Brilliance, and the Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely. Can't do it without them.
Thank you to all of them for bringing us.
Yes, and then of course today's parade coverage is sponsored by Jayhawk Dental, so thank you so much to you guys. Warren McElwain, is that how you say that?
Yeah, Warren McElwain.
I'm all tongue-tied now. Lawrence Minuteman Press, Happy Shirt, Jaylen's Bridal, and Laird Noller, of course. Again, we can't do it without all of them helping us out. Krings Interiors.
The North Pole or Bust, 80.
Okay, the North Polar Bust is Leslie Owen from Paola, Kansas, sponsored by Miles Family, Stephen and Crystal, Dr. Jason Miles, and Dana Good. Esther is the cute, tiny little 5-year-old donkey pulling that one, an Amish-made pipe cart.
So sweet. And then here we have Steve Williams, sponsored by U.S. Bank from Redfield, Kansas. They're a pair of Sorrel Belgian mares. Is that right? Sorrel?
Yeah.
That's right, Bill?
Mhm.
Zena and Bali. Look at those names. Zena and Bali. They are 14 and 15 years old. They're pulling an original Weber farm wagon from the 1880s. So cool.
And next up, Alan and Colleen Harvey from the Canasee Farm in Hayesville, Kansas. They're sponsored by the Saddle and Sirloin Club of Kansas City. Colleen Harvey is driving a 1900s buggy designed for doctors who made house calls. Way back in the day when doctors still were able to do that.
Yeah.
We'd be in trouble if they still did that. I think I might call.
I can
Weekly.
tell you I'm living with one who wishes he didn't have to make house calls in our own house sometimes.
Yes. Here we have Candy Kent. The Bush City Bandits is who they are. They're from Garnett, Kansas, and they're sponsored by the memory of USD 497 Superintendent Dr. Carl and Dorothy Knox and the Granada.
I think somebody better watch them when they go by the bank.
yeah?
The bandits.
The bandits.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I should probably also add that the doctor's happy to make house calls for anyone else.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So I'm going to call you from now on.
Yeah, exactly. Up next, we have Kathy Ewart. Kathy Ewart and Jim Searsa from McLouth, Kansas. They're sponsored by Krings Interiors and Kaiser Cummings Jewelry. They have a gorgeous plaid blanket. Look at that.
Oh, it is.
Kathy and Jim are riding a restored fringe-top surrey pulled by Rocky, a 12-year-old half-Arabian horse. Jim and Kathy raised Rocky, and he has been in many parades. The surrey was restored by Don Werner.
That is a gorgeous carriage.
It is.
That fringe top, the detail
That
of
is
it.
the surrey with the fringe on top.
The surrey with the fringe on top. So pretty.
So sharp, that color.
And that horse has socks on. He must be cold. Is that what they call those?
Yes.
Socks. Horse
Yes.
socks.
Right.
Look, I was right. Okay, so here we have Lena Stolzenberg and the American Freedom Riders Drill Team. I'm curious about the details of that. The American Freedom Riders Drill Team from North Central Kansas performing at rodeos, color guard national anthem. They have a military routine honoring past and present men and women who served our country, a cancer routine honoring 10 different cancers, and an American routine to God Bless the USA.
Wow.
That's incredible. That
That'd
would be amazing, I
Be
bet.
fun to watch.
Oh my gosh, beautiful. The drivers are Lana Stolzenberg, Ashley Elsasser, Sabrina, Susan, Emma, Michelle, Haley, many of them, and all their horses. And it looks like there's a Palomino, Lucky. Okay, so there's so many of them.
Next up here we have John Kraft from Willing Horse Farm here in Lawrence, Kansas. Downtown Lawrence Inc. and Wilcox have sponsored him. This year, his mom is joining Vita and
they are.
Stretch, her daughter, and sends Halflingers to pull white replica vis-a-vis 3 abreast. It takes a skilled driver to hold those lines and keep everything in order.
Look at that. That carriage is beautiful too. I mean, they're all so pretty.
Okay, it is hard enough to herd children. I can't imagine herding 3 horses in parallel form.
I know these folks. They used to live in Lawrence.
Oh yeah, look at them. That is gorgeous. We anticipate what's coming up next. They're all so pretty. The wagon wheels on that carriage are huge.
They are.
Yes.
Look at the shock absorbers on them though. That's got to be a nice smooth ride.
Oops.
There's something about the white carriages with the horses. They just stand out?
They
They're
do.
so pretty.
Yeah.
And the big red bows maybe. Okay, so here Bill's all excited because he's recognizing this little clan.
Howard and Bev Myers used to live in Lawrence, and about 10 years ago they moved down by Overbrook and got a little farm. And now they've got kind of
That's
a zoo
stunning.
out there with our horses, and they've got some miniature ponies. That's an old.
And she's taking a selfie. Look at her. You go.
There is something so retro about taking a selfie on top of a horse-drawn carriage.
I
Yeah.
think it's a schooner.
It is a historic prairie schooner covered wagon owned by Candace Braxic of McLeod, pulled by a team of Belgian geldings, Dan and Fred. Hi Dan, hi Fred. They're gorgeous. Driven by Howard and Bev Myers, as he mentioned.
Love the flag on the back too. Super sharp.
So pretty.
And up next we have Candace Braxic from McLouth, Kansas. She is sponsored by McDonald's of Lawrence. Candace Braxic and friends are driving 12-year-old Clydesdale gelding Razzle Dazzle Stanley to a reproduction surrey. Merry Christmas. They want to wish everyone a Merry
Look at
Christmas.
the poinsettias on those wheels.
I wonder how many
Absolutely stunning.
people
That's creative.
Look at that Clydesdale.
know that horses
it
have
is
feathers on them.
What?
Some breeds do.
Okay, tell us about that.
You see the feet?
Uh-huh.
that extra long hair, that's called feathers.
How interesting. Look at that, how much we're learning today about horses. That is gorgeous. I bet his head is taller than me standing beside him. And I am 5'10", by the way.
I am too when I stand on something.
That is beautiful. Feathers on their feet, so interesting. So here, look at those. Are these headdress, like what would you call the halter?
Yeah, that'd be that.
The detail on the halters?
Yeah, the bridle.
Gorgeous. And the bridles, there, that's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Jesse Aldrich of Wild Heart Farms, the City of Lawrence and Silver Lake Bank are sponsoring them. They're from Kansas City, Missouri, and Helen and Lily, Molly mules 3 and 4 are pulling an 1880s antique buggy. There we go, there's a buggy.
Wow.
It's owned by Jesse Aldrich of Wild Heart Farms and KCMO. Riding along is Rihanna Desalich, co-organizer of the 2016 annual Ponies and Pumpkin event, sponsored by Show Me Riders Horse Club. The mules are Helen and Lily.
Beautiful. Next up, Laura Hillman from Lee's Summit has a very special guest on board. Catherine Carmichael is Miss Kansas USA 2017. And that is one very sparkly crown on
And
here on top of her hair.
Yes,
head there.
and Catherine was just crowned last weekend, so she is a new beauty winner. And she actually played volleyball here at the University of Kansas, and she works at the football department now, so she is strong
Go
Jayhawk.
KU.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, Laura Hillman from Lee's Summit is sponsored by Burgers by Biggs and Winfield House Furnishings, and she is driving Gypsy Vanner, nicknamed Gus, owned and driven by Laura and Norm Hillman of Lee's Summit.
Look who we have next.
Candace has the wave down.
Cowboy Santa. Yeah,
With a sled.
she's pretty good at that.
Santa!
They train him with that, you know. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. It's Cowboy Santa right there. This is Dana Benjamin, the Dana Benjamin team, and Reese Nichols. They're sponsored by Combs Custom Cycles and Sunflower Bank. This is a horse-drawn sled. Can you see that? That's awesome. Pulled by a beautiful pair of black Percherons owned by the C.R. McKellips Rodeo Company and sponsored by the Dana Benjamin team of Reese Nichols and my KansasCityHorseProperty.com. Chuck is driving. That's Cowboy Santa. And the Percherons are Ted and Tony. So pretty. How cool. What these people are creative. Yeah. A horse-drawn sleigh.
Filled with Santas.
Yes.
Just need a little snow.
That's right.
But not yet.
Not yet.
When we get
No.
inside. Number 63 is Michael Ponton from Longford, Kansas, and he is sponsored by Mass Street Music and Gene Fitzel Construction. Kate and Ann are their 13-year-old Percheron mares driven by Mike Ponton, pulling a 14-passenger wagonette.
That's a nice looking
That's
wagon.
like the conversion van of wagons, the 14-passenger wagonette.
Yes.
They're hauling a Christmas tree in the back.
Kate and Ann are the back. All right, Kate and Ann are the Percheron mares in the front there, driven by Mike and Deborah Ponton.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have Patrick and Sandy Ponton from Manchester, Kansas. They're sponsored by West Heifer Family. This is a 6-passenger wagonette. Oh, look at their, what do you call that? It's decoration on top of their bridle with feathers on the top. Holy cow. This is designed for transportation of people. When the mules are used for driving, they are known as span, not a team, and they are decked out.
Look at those wheels.
That whole, that is the most decorated so far, I think.
Yes.
Beautiful. Feathers on their heads, socks on their
Flags.
feet, flags on the top, candy canes in the back. That's gorgeous.
I believe that is called a pimped out wagon.
Pimped out wagon. Another cute mini horse here. Oh, they're talking. They get riled up a little bit. He's ready to go. He says, "Let me go." Look how adorable.
Look at him.
That looks like a little Shetland.
Little Shetland
We
pony.
had a Shetland, looked a lot like that when I was a kid, and we had a little 2-wheel cart.
Look at how determined he is. He is going to get that cart up this little hill here. Also, Following our little Shetland pony is Dee Hay with Prairie City Miniature Horses from Baldwin City, Kansas.
And there's a whole crew of them coming
Whole
behind
bunch
her.
of them here.
They're all adorable.
They are sponsored by Standard Beverage and Mayhew Environmental Training Associates. Dee Hay owns Prairie City Miniature Horses and admits that she is addicted to them. We won't ask how many she owns, but what you see here are only a few. She'll invite you to her farm, though, or come to your home for a pony party.
Yes.
A pony party.
We have Dee Hay, Lori Sheck, Lori Tilson, Mary Mitchell, and Gina Hall.
How ecstatic would kids be if you had a pony party?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Holy
yes.
cow.
They would love that.
Your whole neighborhood would
I was
show
going to
up.
say, why would the neighborhood
I
think
mean,
about
Julie,
that
you were
one?
talking earlier about how when you were a kid, you loved to go where you could go ride ponies at
I
wherever
did.
fairs.
I
and
did.
I grew up at the Kansas State Fair, so we had pony rides there. Oh, it was so amazing. I was spoiled. Okay, here we have Tom Nesbitt from Mesa, Arizona. Crandon and Weavers are their sponsors. That is gorgeous. All the way from Mesa, Arizona, Tom is an avid collector of antique vehicles, especially those used in fires. So this is a chemical engine and hose wagon. His bucket list has included this parade, and he chose to bring in a 1980s chemical and hose wagon. Think of a fire extinguisher on wheels, basically. Sorry, think of a fire extinguisher on wheels that was first at the scene in 1872 through 1922. A wagon with a fire extinguisher.
That's a lot to haul.
That's a
That's,
lot to
yeah.
haul.
Yeah.
And the horses are
I'm really
Nick and
glad we
Dan.
have our fire engines now are driven by different horsepower.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is amazing.
This
Had to been
looks to be a replica of a funeral processional wagon. And it,
Right.
it has Warren McElwain.
If
Oh
the
my gosh.
if the fire trailer didn't get here in time, this is what happened.
Oh my gosh.
It's morbid.
Bill,
Yes,
I
you're
love you.
right.
That's awesome. Yes.
That is beautiful, though.
Oh, it's
The
stunning.
detail on that. Can you see the side? Yes, right there with the window.
Yeah, if
How
you're at home,
pretty.
pause on that and zoom in. It's pretty spectacular.
That is gorgeous. Oh, it is so pretty. So many kiddos running around here.
Next up, we have Luke Johnston from Johnston Carriage Horses from Amsterdam, Missouri, sponsored by Jayhawk Dental, LLC. Johnston Carriage Horses from Amsterdam, Missouri in a high-wheeled show cart being pulled by Oreo, a 7-year-old paint draft horse, his first year for the parade. And they would like to thank all the people who keep this thing going, and a big thanks to all the spectators.
I met them last night.
You met them last night?
Oh, no,
the next one's coming
Oh,
up.
yeah, they're all together, it looks like. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Bill has been has spent some time with everybody in the parade for the last couple of days here.
Look, he's
while they've been
wanting to
prepping.
go. And they keep saying, nope, you gotta wait. And then he goes again.
This is Dalton and Mallory. It's a young couple, haven't been married too long, from
They're showing off, walking
from
backwards.
Racine, Kansas.
This, they say building a house is a good test of a marriage.
Right.
Driving this horse down our street might be another good test. Good luck,
Beautiful
kids.
braided tail.
That horse looks like he's maybe a little bit high-strung. Would like to be running along instead of walking.
But he's prancing beautifully.
But the newlyweds seem pretty cool with it all.
Yes.
So that's great.
Beautiful. Look at this. This is fancy schmancy right here.
Wow, those are some beautiful horses.
Those are gorgeous.
66.
The bridles. Okay, so this is Donna Ramey, the Murray Horse Company. They are sponsored by O'Malley Beverage. They're from Mankato, Kansas? I've never heard of Mankato, Kansas. Mankato, thank you.
I lived there.
Really?
You did?
Look at that.
Where is Mankato?
It's up north of Salina, clear to the Nebraska border.
Okay.
Beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, Christmas lights on the inside of that carriage. The Murray Horse Company of Mankato, Kansas is pleased to be joining the Christmas parade for the 10th year. Gordon Murray is driving a black and white team of Percheron paint crossbreds.
They are named Rock and Chalk.
Oh,
I used to work with Gordon on a ranch.
Jayhawk. That's awesome. Donnie and her rain dog Freckles are riding in the back of the panel boot Victoria, manufactured by William Lone of Troy, New York.
Yeah,
They're followed
Gordon.
by some cute little minis.
Gordon's owned a lot of horses in
Oh
his
my
lifetime.
goodness. They are paint crossbred Percheron and paint crossbred horses. Those were beautiful. And they have some little Jayhawks following Rock and
They
Chalk.
do. These little Jayhawks are actually with Sandy Bowell from Paola, Kansas. They're sponsored by the Red Lion Tavern. They want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from Dude and Sandy from Paola, Kansas. This is their first appearance in the Lawrence Parade. These are miniature horses.
And they're minis.
They are
miniature.
so cute. Why are little things just all so cute?
Merry Christmas.
Here's some more beautiful chaps.
Oh, yes.
Look at those. Gorgeous.
Wow, those are fancy. That'd keep your legs warm as well. I'm not sure. I'll bet if that is.
I bet it is. Can we guess?
Looks to be the American Freedom Riders drill team
I'll
from
bet so.
Concordia, Kansas.
No. Gorgeous.
Do you know how they measure how tall a horse is?
Yes, how?
Go ahead. By hands, and a hand is equal to 4 inches.
I have heard that before, actually. So your horse is 9 hands tall.
Right. 9, that'd be what,
So
36
interesting.
inches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting.
So coverage of today's parade is brought to you by Jayhawk Dental. Jayhawk Dental providing you with a smile of a lifetime. Also co-sponsored by Minuteman Press. Promote your business and get results with Minuteman Press. Warren McElwain, because every life is worth celebrating. Warren McElwain. And Jalen Bridal. Jalen Bridal, Lawrence's supplier of wedding attire. Krings Interiors. Now is the time to make your dream a reality with Krings Interiors.
And we're watching right there Suzanne Avery, Buzz On By. They're sponsored by Free State Doors and Alcove Property Management. She is driving a Kansas Blue Stem Trooper Black, a Foundation Morgan horse. Trooper is put to an early 1900s cut under runabout. And the vehicle was restored 25 years ago.
And close behind
Look.
is Tierney Waterman from Westmoreland, Kansas. Sponsored by DJ Fummerfelt, American Family Insurance, Bill and Beverly Bradley family. Tamal Shatan, I apologize, I'm reading something I do not know. Tamal Shatan, affectionately known as Chief, is a 30-year-old Crabbit Arabian gelding driven by his owner, Tierney Waterman. They both originally hailed from Australia and have been together for over 22 years and made it to Lawrence, Kansas.
That's awesome.
They took up driving in Chief's retirement this last year. The carriage is an antique tulip seat runabout from the turn of the century.
Wow, and here we have Eli Avery, the Topeka Fire Department. So again, that's what they had to run off to an emergency with. They're sponsored by Holiday Inn Express, People's Bank. They're from Westmoreland, Kansas. This is a 1904 Metropolitan American fire steam engine. It was purchased new by the city of Topeka and served the fire department for 20 years. It has gone through 2 restorations in its lifetime and has served the city in Topeka in many different capacities. It's currently housed in the Topeka Fire Station 12 and is used for special events. They're holding on tight as they're buzzing right along there. The speed picked up. People are moving now.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
And these beauties
Oh,
are
they
by
are
Howard
beautiful.
Burback from Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Sponsored by Laser Logic and Warner Wagon Works. Howard and Yvonne Burback present Stony and Misty, Percheron draft horses hitched up to a vis-a-vis carriage. Toby Michaels, Tim and Linda Clifford, and Kara and Bob Finkbinder are accompanying them. Percheron horses originate from Le Perche, France, 50 miles southwest of Paris. They were originally bred as war horses. France later needed a horse that could trot 8 to 10 miles an hour and pull stagecoaches with endurance to do it every day. And that's where they found their new purpose.
That's awesome.
Look
Okay,
at
so we're
this.
followed by another gorgeous. Right here we have Robin Dunn, and everybody I feel like knows Robin Dunn.
I read about him in the paper
Right,
yesterday.
right.
Yeah.
Wellsville, Kansas. There she is, looking gorgeous. This authentic reproduction of Wells Fargo Stagecoach is loaded with gifts for good boys and girls. They're riding on the back are representatives of the United States Marine Corps for Toys for Tots and Lawrence Police Department. There they are for Blue Santas. They're sponsored by Jimmy John's and Van Gogh. And yes, Robin is well known. Her stagecoach has been a part of the parade the entire time the parade has existed, so 24 years. And this is Bill and Bruce pulling her stagecoach.
And they are brothers.
Oh, and they
Yes.
are brothers, yes.
Beautiful.
Dunn's
Them in
Landing.
perfect
Robin
sync.
owns Dunn's Landing and Special Event Facility.
Thank you to the Marine on board as well.
They're gorgeous.
Next we have Lyric Bart's Douglas County Trail Riders coming in.
They look like elves.
exceptionally festively dressed.
Yes.
They do.
We have some elves.
Sponsored by the Training Post and Commerce Title. Once again, the Douglas County Trail Rider Elves have rounded up Mr. and Mrs. Claus. There they are to bring this parade. This riding club is one of the oldest and most active in Kansas. Obviously, this group of riders has many talents, including flying around the entire world, delivering toys and shooting down chimneys and flying reindeer.
That's right.
Yes.
He's resting his feet right now on that horse because he's got a busy month ahead of him. Oh, they're just gorgeous. And Mrs. Claus in her beautiful Santa cloak
Yep,
coming out
they're gorgeous red robes.
to join him in a special appearance. They're so pretty. And all their little elves. It's a busy month. It's impressive he can make his appearances.
Well, as Santa wraps up the parade, we are going to wrap it up as well, and thank you for tuning in. Join us later on for another episode of Living Local on Channel 6.
Thank you so much, Bill.
You bet.
Thank you
It
to
was
all
a
of our
pleasure.
sponsors.